Top 10 modern age super rare figures coming right up. Mr. Clicksflix is brought to you by Lucky Dice Cafe out of Huntsville, Alabama, home of the ROC. No matter if you're in the United States or around the world, Lucky Dice Cafe has a winning role for our gaming needs. You can visit them at LuckyDiceCafe.com or on their Facebook page using the link found in the description of this video. Mr. Clicksflix is brought to you by TrollandToad.com, one of the largest online gaming retailers. Please visit TrollandToad.com and use the promo code MrClicksflix for 5% off your Heroclix purchase today. Up first, we have the Gray Ghost from the Batman the Animated Heroclix set number 59. He has the Batman family, Gotham City, Justice Society, Celebrity, Detective, and Police keywords. He has 2 traits and a special on his damage. His first trait is called Tough Silver Screen Idol. At the beginning of the game, you may choose a character on your force named Batman or Bruce Wayne. If you do, the Gray Ghost and the chosen character's attack rolls of double 3s, double 4s, double 5s, or double 6s are critical hits. Handing out extra critical hits is just phenomenal. This guy's really good for that. His other trait is called Hey, we don't need more extras in this scene. While the Gray Ghost is on the map, characters can't generate bystanders if a bystander of that name is already on the map. If a character generates multiple bystanders at once, they can generate the first one. And that's really why this guy's on this list, is because there's a bunch of figures in the meta right now that generate multiple bystanders, and he just shuts that down. Then the special on his damage is called Discover Your Fiendish Plot and Foil It, Outwit, Perplex. He has 2 different point values, 75 and 40 points. Batman enemy team ability. Depending on if you're using him for meta or if you're just running him for fun with a Batman. If you're using him for meta, I'd say 40 points, running him with Batman 75. At 75 points, he starts off with an 8 movement with charge, 10 attack with precision strike, 17 defense with willpower, and 2 damage with that special. Just a really good figure. That trait alone, where he shuts down bystander tokens, is why I have him on this list, and definitely consider him one of the best modern age super rares right now in Heroclix. Up next, we have Unimind, number 58 from the Mighty Thor Heroclix set. He has the Eternals and Cosmic keywords. He has improved targeting, ignores hindering, and can shoot out of adjacency. He has 2 traits and a special on his defense. His first trait is called Forged in Blue Flame. During force construction, you may choose a number of different characters in your starting line with the Eternals keyword, adding 5 points to Unimind's point cost for each. If it starts at 150 points, you may include up to 3. If it starts at 275 points, you may include up to 5. If it starts at 375 points, you may include any number. The included characters must be used at their highest point value and be turned to their starting click. At the beginning of each turn, and whenever Unimind takes damage, you may choose one standard power that a chosen character can use, and Unimind can use that power until it chooses again. When Unimind would be KO'd, instead replace it with all the chosen characters on their last non-KO clicks. Place them within 4 squares of it. Choose characters. Those characters can't be healed this game. Protected Pulse Wave. So really cool there. Basically, you can add figures to your sideline, choose powers from them, and then when Unimind would be KO'd, he's not KO'd. You just bring in other figures. It's really cool, really annoying. Very popular mechanic. Then his other trait is called Channel Vast Reserves of Cosmic Energy. Free until your next turn. Unimind can't use the Power Cosmic Team ability, but can use Perplex and Willpower. When it uses Perplex, it may modify a combat value +2 or -2 instead. This turn it may use Perplex an additional time for every 2 characters with the Eternals keyword in your sideline that can choose powers from. So really cool there. A caveat for this is that this figure has been errated, and the +2 and -2 perplexes, it has to have the Eternals keyword to use it because it was just getting out of control with call-in figures. So they errated it, but that's still a phenomenal power. Just giving him +2 perplexes basically to himself is great. Special on his defense is called Perfect Molecular Control, Stop Impervious Regeneration. He has 3 different point values, 370, 275, and 150. Power Cosmic Team ability, 10 range, dual target. Pretty much everybody plays him at the 150 point line, although some people have been seen running him as a one-man army at 275. At 150 points, he starts off with a 9 movement with Mind Control, 11 attack with Psychic Blast, 18 defense with Invincible, and 4 damage with Close Combat Expert. Basically, this guy speaks for himself. He's won so many tournaments, and he's just a nightmare to deal with, especially as basically like a call-in battery. Definitely had to be on this list of top modern age super rare figures. Next up, we have Captain America Resilient, number 52 from the Earth X Heroclix set. He has the Avengers, Earth X, Shield, and Soldier keywords. He has one trait called Title Character. And for those of you that don't know, title characters are basically like planeswalkers from Magic the Gathering. They start off with these things called plot points. And then depending on things that they do, they either add plot points or they remove plot points. So Captain America Resilient starts with one plot point. He has 3 +1s and a -3. His first +1 is called A Journey of Failure and Redemption. Free, move up to 1 square, then make a close attack. Really phenomenal there. It's free, so he can be carried and then still do it, which is just awesome. His other +1 is Fight Against Slavery of the Mind. Free, until your next turn, friendly characters modify defense +2 against targeted by mind control. Really handy thing to have. Mind control is really popular in the game right now, so +2 defense against it is really good. Then his third +1 is A Gathering of Those Heroes Left. Free. Move each other friendly character 1 square, which is just phenomenal. Free 1 movement is good. There's some other figures that get to attack after they move. This guy works really well with them. Then his -3 is called I'm Sorry I Failed You, but the War Ends Now. Power. Place Captain America Resilient into a square that is adjacent to both an opposing character and a square of hindering or blocking terrain. Then make a close attack. If Captain America Resilient KOs an opposing character with that attack, give him 3 plot points. Starting plot points, 1 again. He's 80 points, starts off with a 4 range single target, 7 movement with running shot, 12 attack, 18 defense with defend and indomitability, 3 damage with perplex. This guy's just really good. He's a really good running shot figure, grants you perplex, grants you all those really helpful. There's not one of his plot point things that aren't useful. Avengers is a really good keyword. Shield's not bad. Soldier's pretty good also. Definitely had to be on this list in my opinion for best modern age super rares. Next up we have Batgirl, Shadow of the Bat, number 52 from the Batman the Animated Heroclix set. She has the Batman family and Gotham City keywords, has improved movement, ignores elevated and hindering terrain, has one trait called Title Character. As I explained with the character before, these are basically planeswalkers if we're talking about Magic the Gathering. This particular one, she starts off with 2 plot points, has 1 +1, a -1, a -2, and a -3. Her +1 is called Seems the Clues I Found Are Paying Off, Perplex. Perplex is always good. Her -1 is She's Everywhere, Have Speed, Move, which is just good. Her -2 is Let's See What the Batgirl Can Do, Outwit. When Batgirl uses it, after resolution she can use charge at no cost, but only to attack the character she targeted with Outwit. And that's really why she's on this list. She's breaking the core game mechanic of no actions after being carried, which is just good. She's a really good Alpha Strike style figure. Then her -3 is called Looks Like Jail Time for You Bozos. Free. Make a close attack targeting each opposing character within range and line of fire, regardless of adjacency. Instead of normal damage, hit targets are given action tokens, which is just, that's pretty good in my opinion. She's only 70 points, has the Batman family team ability, 4 range dual target, 8 movement with sidestep, 10 attack with nothing on it, 18 defense with super senses and indomitability, 3 damage with prop. She hasn't been used very much in meta, but I would like to see her. I think she has the possibility, especially with being able to be carried basically across the board and then doing a few different things. Definitely one of the best super rares in Modern Age in my opinion. Next up we have Unseen, number 43 from the Avengers Infinity Heroclix set. He has the Cosmic, Soldier, and Spy keywords. Improved targeting, ignores elevated, hindering, and characters. Has one trait, a special on his attack, defense, and damage. His trait is called Creature of Whispers and Regrets, Phasing Teleport, Stealth. When Unseen uses Phasing Teleport, after resolutions, he can use Smoke Cloud at no cost. So Phasing Teleport and Stealth's good, Free Smoke Cloud's always good. Then he has that special on his attack called Before I Only Knew Your Larger Misdeeds, Now I Witness Them. Unique modifier, when an opposing character uses Colossal Retaliation to make an attack, modify its attack -2. That's really big. This guy's a silver bullet for Colossal Retaliators and is pretty popular because of that. The special on his defense is called Only to See and Not Be Seen. Super Senses, but succeeds on a 4 through 6. Increased Super Senses is always good. And then the special on his damage is called Interfere in What I Witness. Outwit, Probability Control. He's only 65 points, has the Power Cosmic Team ability, 9 range, which is really long right now, has a 10 movement with Sidestep, 0 attack, 18 defense with a special, 0 damage with a special. This guy's really good. He's just basically, like I said, a silver bullet for Colossal Retaliators, and also grants you a heaping pile of support with that probability control and outwit that basically ignores everything, and then the free smoke cloud, which depending on your team could be really helpful. Definitely one of the best super rares in Modern Age right now. And next up we have Rena Tilly, number 29 from the TMNT Wave 2 set. She has the TMNT Ally, Future and Past keywords. She has a special on her movement and her damage. Special on her movement is called Take Us When and Where We Need to Go. Rena Tilly can use Phasing, Teleport, and Sidestep. She can use the carry ability, and when she does, she can carry up to 4 characters. So just really a phenomenal taxi, even just because of that. Then the special on her damage is called Scepter of the Sands of Time. Rena Tilly can use probability control regardless of range and line of fire. So we take a look at her dial. She's 55 points, has a 7 range single target. Starts off with a 12 movement with that special, 9 attack Psychic Blast, 17 defense with Energy Shield, and 2 damage with probability control. You push her to click 2, she loses some movement, but does gain that regardless of range and line of fire probability control. She's just a really good taxi that you can then push on turn 2 to get unlimited range and line of fire probability control. Definitely one of the best figures in Modern Age right now for super rares. Definitely needed to be on this list. Next up we have Golden Skull, number 40 from the Avengers Infinity set. He has the Armor, Future, and Pirates keyword. He has 1 trait and a special on his damage. His first trait is called Normal People Don't Come with Death Rays. At the beginning of the game, generate 2 Deathbot bystanders. If Golden Skull is on the map, Deathbot's actions don't count against your action total. So the Deathbots are a free pog that he generates that have a 4 range single target, 6 movement with Sidestep, 9 attack with Psychic Blast, 16 defense with Toughness, and 2 damage. So pretty good in their own rights. Then the special on his damage is called A Rousing Good Speech for a Man or Robot. Perplex, Leadership, adjacent friendly characters modify attack +1. So he's got a Perplex and then just grants a generic +1 for attack, regardless of ranged or close attacks, which is just phenomenal. He's 50 points, has a 4 range single target, 7 movement with Sidestep, 10 attack, 17 defense with Mastermind, and 2 damage with that special. This guy's just really good. He's a really good support figure. Grants a leadership, grants that Perplex, and +1 attack. Really good, really underutilized figure in Modern Age right now. I feel like he is one of the best super rares in Modern currently. Next up we have Zatanna, number 61 from the Batman the Animated Heroclix set. She has Justice League, Celebrity, and Mystical keywords. She has 1 trait, a special on her attack, and a special on her damage. Her trait is called Justice League Unlimited. At the beginning of your turn, roll a d6. 6, remove an action token from another friendly character with the Justice League keyword that's 100 points or less. So really cool there, basically global leadership. Her special on her attack is called Magic Powers and Showmanship. Penetrating Psychic Blast, Telekinesis. Free, generate a Bat Bystander, maximum 2. What are the Bat Bystanders? Well, they're nothing really too much. They've just got a 2 movement with Sidestep and the Flight ability, 14 defense, 0 attack and damage, but the damage has a special, which is called Adorable and Helpful Enhancement and Shape Change. And the special on her damage is called What's with the Backwards Speak, Perplex, Probability Control. She has 2 different point lines, 75 and 50 with the Mystic's team ability. Definitely better in my opinion at the 75 point line. Has a 6 range single target, 7 movement with Sidestep, 10 attack with a special, 18 defense with super senses, 2 damage with a special. So for 75 points you can get a 11 attack for 4 damage with a probability control and a TK. She's just a really good mix of a secondary attacker and a support figure. I definitely expect if we get a few more heavy hitters for Justice League, we'll start seeing her, and I could see some mystical or celebrity themed teams trying to run her and doing very well. Next up we have the Joker from Joker's Wild, number 60 in that set. He has the Arkham Asylum and Gotham City keywords. He has 3 traits, and that's all he's got. His first trait is called Ha 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 ho hum. It states, when building your force, the Joker costs 10 points for each escape token you place on his card. Minimum 3, maximum 5. When the Joker heals or takes damage, remove an escape token from this card for each green or red starting line crossed. When there are no escape tokens on his card, KO the Joker. At the end of the game, or if the Joker is KO'd, your opponent scores no points for the Joker and instead scores 10 points for each escape token that was removed. So really cool there. This is a really frustrating figure to play against because it's nearly impossible to KO him. Then his other trait is called ho 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 ha 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 ha. At the beginning of your turn, you may roll a d6 and have the result. When you do, either heal or damage the Joker that many clicks, and he can heal past his starting line. So that's basically just makes it so that you can try to not get past the red or green line and not have to remove one of your escape tokens. Then his other trait is called he he ha ha ha. The Joker can use sidestep and super senses. So when we take a look at him, it doesn't matter what point value you play him at. He always starts on click number 1, which is a 4 range, single target, 7 movement with stealth, 10 attack, 17 defense with indomitability, 1 damage with outwit. And this guy is just really difficult to KO. I would say nearly impossible, depending on what point. If you play him at 30, you're probably not going to KO him. If somebody's playing him at 50, they're definitely not going to KO him in a regular match time. Definitely one of the best figures in Modern Age right now, especially for tie-up, just to soak up damage. Had to be on this list. Next up, we have Daredevil, number 54 from the Earth X Heroclix set. He has the Earth X celebrity and mystical keywords. He has improved movement, ignores elevated and hindering terrain, and has 2 traits. His first trait is called, Can You Kill the Daredevil? When placing characters during game setup, choose a starting line for Daredevil and give him 3 6 tokens. When Daredevil is attacked, after resolutions, remove a 6 token for each 6 in the attack roll. If Daredevil has a 6 token when he would be KO'd, instead choose a starting line different from the one you most recently chose and turn him to that click. Protected Pulse Wave. So really awesome there. Again, we have another difficult to kill figure. Your opponent basically needs to roll a 6 to be able to do really anything to him. Then his other trait is called, I hear that teaming up with you may be fatal. I'm game. Daredevil can't be chosen for Mastermind. Attacks made by Daredevil or by characters targeting him can't be rerolled if the attack roll contains a 6 protected pulse wave. So this could hurt you or help you. You roll a critical hit on your opponent. They can't make you re-roll it. If your opponent rolls a critical hit against you, you can't make them re-roll it. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword. But again, this guy, I've had games where my opponent literally tried to make every attack roll against him. Might have, got him off some clicks, but didn't roll any 6s, and he just, did his job the entire game. Then I've had other games where, my opponent rolled a crit hit, and then another crit hit, and then that was it. So, feast or famine with this guy, but definitely deserves a place on this list as of best Modern Age super rares. Alright guys, let me know in the comments below what your favorite Modern Age super rare is. Really enjoy reading that stuff. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, give it a share. Really helps keep me motivated to make these videos. That's all I have for you guys today. As always, please remember that it's only critical miss if you don't have probability control.